Hi everyone, my name is Masha and I'm UX UI AI designer. Today I will talk about Midjourney. I will not be generating on the spot, but we'll go over the generating process. And so Midjourney is an AI that generates raster images. However, it can imitate any style, nearly any style. And first part of my presentation will be devoted to a few styles that we can create with Midjourney. And second part of the presentation will be devoted to the consistency in images and when we create character, how we can achieve consistency. So let's talk about vectors. To create images in Midjourney as if they were created with vectors, we need to put some tokens into a prompt, and tokens is a fancy word for just like signal word. So those signal words can be, but it's not limited to, it can be flat art, vector, style, or vectorized, simple line, silhouette. And the very simplified version of the prompt is flat art of Golden Gate Bridge. And then, depending on the vision that you have and goal that you have, you will make your prompt more complex, maybe adding some design, effects, colors, description, and so on. So, this is the examples of the images that you can get using the tokens that we just discussed. There's another example. And this post was created for Instagram. And just to clarify that I generated only the image in Midjourney, and the entire composition with the copy I added in Figma. And as of for now, Midjourney can generate images. Sorry, not images, but copy. But it's not as reliable because it can misspell sometimes, or it can place in a very funny spot. So you can't rely that it will create a great composition exactly how you envision using the words. So just like here as well, I added the copy afterwards. So for now, when you create images in Midjourney, just keep in mind that you will need to do post-production, whatever it is, especially if it is with words. Or descriptions or quotes or any words. So now let's talk about the style 3D. And again, it's not a true 3D. It's imitation of 3D, but for the signal words, you can use 3D render, perspective view, 3D printed, made out of clay or paper pop-up. That's not quite intuitive, but it gives a good results. And so the simplified version is 3D render of a rabbit. So let's see what we have. So the rabbit had a 3D render. The flower had a made out of clay, and the last the castle is a pop-up, is a paper pop-up castle. And this slide, all of the images were generated with the token 3D printed. So the results that you can expect using this token. And now let's talk about mockups. Again, it's not true mockup. You cannot. There's no layers in PSD of Photoshop, but it's just one PNG or JPEG style. So here, the signal words or tokens are empty mockup. That's what I usually use. Just mockup, white screen, or sometimes when Midjourney wants to add logos or labels, the parameter no labels can help with that to create just a blank. Blank version of a mockup that you're looking for. And the very simplified version is of a prompt is empty mockup of a phone. Let's see what we will get. So this is what Midjourney generated, which looks okay, but it also looks very generic, and it looks like you can find these images in stock. So why would you use Midjourney? And if you have a project where you need to use the brand identity, or if there's any colors that you need to have, so that's where you will start to make your prompt more complex, and add either the effects or colors or description. So this is the example that I generated here. None of them I ran through Photoshop, but in my experience, there should be post production for composition or color correction, but this is what you would get. Yeah, you can see that Midjourney also added some dots on the bottle, even though it was supposed to be empty, but that's not a huge error because it's easy to fix in Photoshop. All right, and so let's talk about consistency. When I started using AI, I ran into this issue where I really liked what I generated, but then I wouldn't know how to recreate that. And where this is where the consistency is coming. So consistency in photography or images, or when you create a character. So there's already styles that are very common in use. For example, street photography, when you put that into prompt, there's a certain style that you can expect. But also, you can create your own style using multiple words that would describe what you want to see in the images. Let's take a look of a social media. This is a winery. And so here, I used grainy effect, golden hour, and um, and I think it was a Kodak camera. And by using the same combination, and I think it was cozy atmosphere as well, and using the same combination of words when you generating this image, you can you can expect the consistency. I also realized that I skipped this slide, so let's take a look at it. The signal words, how you create um, the prompt. You can start including light, effect, camera, and colors. I also recommend that you kind of take a look at the language that photographers use and start including that into prompts um, to see what it will show you. So, and the example of a simplified prompt is nature in golden hour, and that's already a style um, created here. This is another example. Here, I used muted colors and Kodak camera, and so as you can see, the consistency is good. Now let's talk about consistency in creating characters. So to start off, we need to create an entire sheet that already has a character with multiple poses or emotions. To do that, we will include either multiple pose sheet, different poses, emotions, character sheet, character design. For example, character design of a rabbit sheet. Let's see what we will get. So this is an example, and you again can start making it more complex by describing if it's a watercolor, if it's a 2D flat. Um, Maybe you're looking for certain composition or how the character interacts. So let's take a look at the slide of a different character sheet. So this is what we would get. This sheet already has many poses that you can work with, but you can't have only these poses to create the entire story. You need to have diversity, right? And for that, we can use the parameter that is called seed or cref, which is character reference. They basically have similar function. I prefer to use the seed parameter, but let's see what we can do. So once we have this sheet, we go to the Photoshop and then cut out each pose so we can later on drop it off in Midjourney. And then we will ask Midjourney to refer to these poses to create another post, but with the same character. And this is an example. So now our character is reading a book and watering flowers. Again, depending on your vision or your goal, you can start changing its costumes. You can changing the compositions. You can start changing um, maybe the locations of the character, and then also you can decide if it will be presented in different styles. It's the same character but it's in different locations and therefore different styles, or if you want to be very consistent with the style, and that way you can um, create the story, the ongoing story. I also use this trick not only for the characters but for the products. Here, my generation was different side view of a product, and I just found it helpful to visualize how the website will look like or how to present it to our customers so they can envision a little bit better what you have in mind. Um, but let's go back to the character sheet. So this is the cupcakes that I work with in a little bit of a detail. So that's the final sheet that was generated, and as you can see, it's pretty good, but it's missing eyes. It's missing like mouth. Some of the characters, so you can't really work with that, right? So there's percentage of work that needs to be done in Adobe. Um, Also, Midjourney likes to have bloopers, so that's what I got also while working on the consistency with the cupcakes. But I also used the parameter seed, and if you go back and see the original sheet, so I added the emotion that cupcake is in love, which is this one, which is here, and also I added I wanted the cupcake to have strawberry and cherry on top and different kind of emotions. So that the parameter seed and character reference let me do that. Let me expand the character and create my vision through that. And so this cupcakes in particular became digital stickers that are used in social media, especially in Telegram, the Messenger Telegram, and also they were printed out as physical stickers. So that's what you can do with Midjourney. And that was my presentation. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned today. Basically, it's trial and error, really. So Midjourney has library where you can go into Midjourney and you can see how other people generated their uh, images. You look at the prompts, and then you kind of like analyze how this prompt led to this image. Um, but also, I just heard and read here and there some tips on how to create styles, and so just getting information pieces by pieces. But I would say that um, Midjourney has a great library just to use it as a reference how other people use. And also, there is a website, Free Flow. I think it's called Free Flow, and it's not related to Midjourney, but there is description of styles, and then you also pick a style, and whatever style you look, and then you look at the prompt and see what are the signal words that the AI used to that, and then you just kind of start playing with them. Yeah. I was about to say the seed parameter, and then you said not to use it. So I use the seed parameter a lot. I think that's a great parameter because um, it always gives you a reference. If you try to use prompt and Midjourney just doesn't want to listen to you, just creates a random thing, the seed parameter will help you with that a lot. It will save you. Um, I often use the S parameter. I think it's stylized parameter. It's S and then numbers from 100 to 1,000. I'm not sure what the range is, but stylize, it's the creativity. It's the diversity that you will get in the four generated images. So I like to use that so I can see, so I just have more options to choose from. And I, just for fun, I like to use the C parameter, and the C parameter is the parameter that takes you away from your prompt. So you just prompt something, and the higher number you put to C, the more random generation you have. And sometimes it's actually very helpful because you kind of like looking what you're envisioning, but you can't find that yet. And then Midjourney just helps you with that. They did say that the images are better, so you don't need to upscale them, but I still upscale them. And then they did say um, the lettering, the words would be better. It did get better, but as I said, I don't find it as reliable anymore. And I don't remember the updates because the newest version was back in June, so it's been a while. This slide um, can help envision uh, to convey your vision to a client. Um, but to be quite honest, I think it's a very slow use of AI right now. It's the old way is still quite workable, so I don't need to use it to get the work done. But I personally try to investigate how I can use as much AI as possible because I think it's a great tool. I use Recraft. It's great for vectors. And I've been using a little bit of a stable diffusion, which stable diffusion is very similar to Midjourney, but I've seen how in combination it can create very powerful products. For the product, my token here was Amazon product, um, and then description of the product. Amazon product is already signaling Midjourney that the background should be very chill, and also that the certain details should be there. So Midjourney know how to display the product. So Amazon product, and then because I wanted to have multiple views, I just said in multiple views, and this is how I got there. But I could use front view, rear view. Just I would find the words that would make sure that the it will show me from different views. That's what I was looking for. And then I added the sheet. So how I would add to the character design sheet, so it knows it should be the sheet with the same item but in different with the different views. I just did the same with the product. I haven't used Adobe Firefly that much. I've seen what it does and I like it, but I haven't used it. And um, for learning, I think Recraft is a little bit more intuitive. You just explore and you kind of get what you're looking for. With Adobe Firefly, I think it takes a little bit more time to see what's going on and what it can create.